So today we need to start regarding that object. Okay. So do you know what is object actually? Objects.
Object is an real-time entity.
Like, can you give me one example? What about Kaustubh? Am I audible?
Collection of key values.
Mm-hmm. Collection of.
Key values like properties.
Okay, can you give me one example for the object?
Say bike, car.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So how it is the bike car actually? In the object. For example, like you have to elaborate something regarding the. Okay, but that not problem. Okay. Yeah, the thing is, as we know from the chapter called data types, okay, there are the 8 data types in the JavaScript. Okay, seven of them you can call as a primitive. Okay, because of their value contains only single thing. Okay, be it a string or number or whatever. Okay, in contrast, we can say there is an object. Okay, there is a objects are used to store a keyed collection, okay, the various data or more complex entities, okay, that is the keyed collection, a collection, okay, of the various various data and the more like complex entities. Okay, so in JavaScript, okay, that object, the almost that every aspect of the language, we can say the object is main matter. Okay, so we must understand them the first before going in the depth anywhere else. The first thing we have to understand what is the object. Okay, the thing is, we can say the object like are used to store the keyed collection of the various data and the complex entity. The thing is, the object can be created with the using the curly braces. Okay, like this is a curly braces. Okay, and we have the property is the key value pair. Okay, so we can store in the object there is a property, okay, like a key and a value pair. Okay, so where key is the string, okay, the value can be any type. Okay, the thing is, the key is the string data types and the value, we can say it's any data types, any data types. Okay, so the like where the key is the string, the also called, we can say it's a property name for the key. Okay, so the thing is, we can imagine an object as a cabinet with signed files, we can say the every piece of the data is stored in its file by the key. It's easy to find a file by its name, adding and removing. Okay, the thing is, yeah, so the thing is like suppose an empty object, okay, can create it using the one of the two syntaxes. Okay, the thing is, so how to create the object in the sense, the first thing we have to use that user is equal to a new an object here. This is a one type, and one more type we have to create the user uh, using the curly braces. So right now this object is the empty. Okay, so usually these things, that curly braces, we can say it's a figure brackets, okay, are used to store the key value pairs. Okay, and that declaration is called, it's a object literals. Okay, so we need to know what is the literal and properties, literal and the properties. Okay, so we can immediately put some properties into the this curly braces, okay, as the key and value. For example, so I will create one object, there is a let, okay, I'll use a user, okay, inside that thing I will create one the name, and name I can add the clean code, yeah, the clean code, and comma I have to use the yeah, that city I can set as the BLGA BELGAUM. Okay, so we need to cover in the curly braces. Okay, so the thing is that this this user we can say is an object. Okay, the name, okay, we can say it's a key. Okay, and the key stored, stored value we can say it's a clean code. Okay, and the city we can say it's a key, yeah, and the stored value we can say it's a Belgium. Okay, the property has a key, okay, before the colon, so you can see before the colon there is a property we can say, okay, property has the key and the value at the right side. Okay, the key is the left side and the value is the right side. Okay, in the user object we have the two properties, one it's a name and one it's a city. Okay, that name the first property has the name as the name is the property. Okay, and this value we can say it's a clean code, and second one has the name as the city and the value is the Belgium. Okay, so the resulting the user object can be imagined as the thing is as the cabinet with two signed files labeled with the name and city. Okay, so I will create one thing here. Okay, instead of that thing I'll create here only. Okay, the thing is I will use the JavaScript online editor. Okay. Mhm. Okay, so here I will create one object called user. Okay, the user contains like two properties, one it's a name, the first is the clean code. Okay, and second thing it's a city. Okay, I will add the value called BELGAUM. Okay, so this is one object. Okay, so we can add, like the thing is like we can add, remove, read from the anytime. Okay, the property value are accessible using the dot notation. The dot notation in the sense, suppose if I want to console that name and city, so then I have to do one thing here using the dot notation. Okay, so there is a user first thing. Okay, then I have to use the dot notation, so then I will use the name. Okay, so then we will able to see the output as a plain code. Okay, the value can be the any type. Okay, the thing is, so we are able to see the output. Okay, yeah, and we can do the thing like we can able to remove the property. Okay, suppose if you want to remove the property, in the sense, there is a one keyword called delete. Delete. Okay, yeah, delete. Okay, yeah, it delete username, it's showing the true. Okay, so the thing is, we'll see what is the output we for that. Again the user, yeah, we are getting the only the city. Okay, we are getting the only city, so because of we have deleted the things. Okay, so we can also use the multi-word property names. Okay, multi name, like multi word in the sense, so in this thing, in the object, so multi word in the sense, there is the like bird. Okay, so I can set to the as a true. Okay, so that multi word property, okay, name must be the quoted. So here we have the add the quoted. Okay, the thing is like this. Okay, and there is the last property in the list may end with the comma. Okay, and that is called, we can say it's a trailing comma. Okay, that makes it easier to add, remove and move around the properties, because of the all lines become alike. Suppose if you want to call that suppose if you want to call this multi-word key. Okay, so then the thing is like you will get some syntax error to while calling, while consoling the things. Okay, you'll see here, I am consoling that user dot that like bird, like and bird. Okay, why we are getting that error in the sense. Okay, the thing is like, so while multi-word, okay, the JavaScript does not understand that actually. Okay, it thinks like we address something called user likes. Okay, then gives the syntax error when comes across the unexpected words, we can say. Okay, so there is a alternative things, there is square bracket notation that works with any string. Okay, for example, I will do one thing here, the user I will copy, and I will store in the this thing. Why it's throwing the error? Yeah, I have to add something, this thing. Yeah, yeah, so here it's throwing the true output, we are getting the true. Okay, so using the square bracket. Okay, uh, the thing is like, for the multi-word properties, the dot access does not work. Okay, so there is an alternative things, the square bracket notation, and that works with any string. Okay, the thing is like, so there is a one user with the empty string, like empty object. I have to set something to the that object. For that thing, I will add the user dot. Okay, I will add some multiple like multi-word thing. Okay, there is the like bird, like birds. I will make it as the true. I will make it as the uh, true. Okay, so now I will do the thing is the console.log. Okay, the user, and the same thing I will check here before the user. Okay, so before the like birds we are getting the empty, so after the like birds we are getting some value in that object, because we are trying to set that like birds to the object. Okay, and we are able to do the delete also here. Okay, for example, there is a delete keyword. Okay, reserved keyword we can say, and here I will do the thing user. Okay, and I will use that like a birds. Okay, so after that if I console the things, so I'm not able to see the things actually in the user. 1 minute, I'm deleted. Okay, it should be delete. Why it's not deleting? Because of I'm not adding the console.log. Yeah, the thing is the user. User. Okay, user, that not a low. Sorry, I want to add the like birds instead of the log birds. Yeah, so now we are getting the empty string, like empty object. Okay, so now everything it's a fine. Okay, the square bucket also provide a way to obtain the property name as the result of the any expressions, as opposed to the literal string, like from the variable. For example, I will do one thing. Okay, so instead of this thing, so I will create some variable. There is a name called key. Okay, name called key. So here I will do one thing. I will add something called like birds. So there is a variable key. Okay, the thing is key. I will do one thing, user dot key. I will set to the true. Okay, the thing is like I cannot set the property as a null. Okay, the thing is the key, so we don't have a user. Oh sorry, we have removed that user only. Okay, okay, leave it. Yeah. Okay, so we have that user. Actually user is equal to something a name as the clean code. Okay, and that we can make it as a city is the belgaum. Okay, okay, so this is the like this is the main thing, that the object we can say. Okay, the thing is like apart from that thing, apart from that thing, the thing is like okay, okay, leave it. And we have some property value shorthands. Okay, what is mean by property value shorthands? In the sense, in the object, the property value sh- short hand. Okay, in the real code we often to use that existing variable as the value for the property names. For example, so we have one function. Okay, so we have one function. Okay, I will add the function name as a make user is the function. Okay, so there is a name and a city, a name and a city. Okay, so I will return the name. We can make it as the name and the thing, the city. I will the city. Okay, so now yeah, yeah, the thing is in this example the property have the same name as the variable. Okay, the use case of making the property from the variable is so common. Okay, and that's a their a special property value shortened to the make a shorter. Okay, the instead of name colon name, so we can use direct name also, name. Okay, the same thing we can use city hyphen like city colon city, we can use direct city also. So we can say it's a shortened yeah, property value shortened. Okay, so we'll create one object here. So this is a function in the sense like, yeah, function. Okay, so I will create one object for like, yeah, that make user. I will pass the arguments. Okay, first thing the clean code, and the second thing we can say it's a belgaum, and then I will console. Then I will console that the user dot name. What is getting there? What I'm getting the error. Okay, I have to complete here, and I have to remove this one. Okay, we are getting the things. Okay, and we can both like, so here in this thing the both the normal property and shorthand in the same object. Okay, and we need to see some the limitations. The limitations for there is the limitations for property and names limitations. Okay, so what is mean the limitations? Okay, as we already know, the variable cannot have the name equal to one of the language reserved word called for, let and return. Okay, but for the object property there is no such restriction. For example, so here for example here I'll create one object here. There is a object. Okay, so there is a one for, there is a one, and the let, you can say it's a 2, and the return, you can say it's a 3. Okay, so here I will console the things, console.log the object dot, so just we need to check the object here. So we are able to see the like, yeah, the in short there is a no limitation on property names. Okay, they can be any string or any symbol. Okay, a special type for the identifiers to be covered later, we can say. Okay, some we have some things we'll cover later. Okay, yeah, this is a thing. But in variable, suppose while creating the variable, suppose if we have used the for, let and return, okay, any reserved keyword, so then you will get some restrictions. Okay, in like in the property, in the like in the object, for the object property, there is no such restrictions. Okay, yeah. So some other types are automatically converted to the string, we can say. For instance, I will do one thing. There is an object. Okay, so inside the object, I will do one thing. I'll make as a name as the 0. Okay, and value as a test. Okay, the number 0 becomes a string when you use the property key. Okay, so the thing is, what I told, the first thing, the first in the yeah, in definition, the key is the string. Key is the string. Okay, but what I did here, so here I have added the like the number 0, but the number in for instance, the number 0 becomes a string when you use a property key. Okay, for example, we want to see that object dot proper, like object 0 will get the tree. Okay, and console dot log and the object at 0, here also we are getting the a tree, a test, we can say the same property, we can say. Okay, so now we need to see something regarding that property property existence, a test in operator. Okay, there is a result keyword called the in, the operator. Okay, okay, a notable feature of the object in JavaScript, like so compared to the many other languages, we can say, is that it's possible to access any properties. Okay, there will be the no errors if the property does not exist. Okay, so the reading the non-existing property, just it will return as the undefined. Okay, so we can easily set whether it's a property exists or not. Okay, for that thing, here I'll create, there is a one, let user is the empty object. Okay, so here I will try to console. Okay, that user, the no such. Yeah, so the thing is like yeah, there is a result keyword called no such property. Okay, the property is equal to is undefined. Okay, then it will give the true. So there also the special operator called in for that thing. Okay, the thing is, so we have the object. Okay, the user is the object. I will add the name here. Okay, there is the clean code, and there is age not age in the city. So I will add the city as the bgm. Okay, so here I will do one thing. I have to use some name called in. Okay, so I will console. Okay, so I will do one thing here. So there is the city. Okay, there is a city. Okay, I will check in the user. Yes, it is there. We are checking that user, this city, that key is there or not. So I'll check some other things called, instead of city I will try age. Okay, you'll get some false. The thing is, uh, that left side of the n, we can say it's a property name that's usually quoted in the string. Okay, if you omit the quotes, okay, that means the variable should contain the actual name to be tested. Okay, the thing is, so there is the, yeah, there is the, here I will create one, let the key, let key, you can say it's a name. Okay, so I will check if that key is in, if that key is in you, like you are checking that if the key is available in the user or not. Actually, yeah, it is there. So property age is exists. So because of we are adding that like the name code to the key, so that key we are checking in the consoling. So why does the in operator exist? Okay, isn't it enough to compare the against undefined? The thing is like, so the most of times comparison with the undefined works fine, but there are the special case when it fails but in works correctly. Okay, it's a when an object property exists but store is the stores, we can say it's a undefined. For example, so there is the user. Okay, so we have the name. Okay, so we have the name. So instead of the name I will use something called undefined. Okay, i will try to call I will try to call that object dot name, that object, not object, it's a user dot name. Okay, so it's undefined, so no such property. The same thing I will do one more time for the console.log. There is the test, no, there's a name. Okay, in object, in object, not object, in a name, actually user. Okay, it's showing the true. So here it returning the true, the property does exist, just you are checking the property. So while the dot notation we are checking that property is available or not, but it's throwing that undefined because of its no such properties, like that. Okay, the most of the times the comparison with the undefined works fine, but there is a special case when it fails, then in works correctly. So you can see in the in operator it's working fine. Okay, so in this code the property it's a user dot name is technically exist, so the in operator works right. The situation like this happens very rarely because the undefined should not the explicit assigned. We mostly use the null for unknown or empty values. Okay, so the in operator, okay, so the in operator is an exotic guest, we can in the code we can say. Okay, yeah, so this is the thing. So next thing we need to see regarding the foreign loop. Okay, for the object. Okay, so the thing is, to walk over all the keys of the object, there is a exist there exists a special form of the loop called that is the foreign. Okay, so this is completely different from the normal for loop. Okay, so which I done some cases on the normal loop we have already studied up before actually. Okay, so now in the foreign loop, okay, so we can use like there is a for, okay, there is a key in, and there is a object. Okay, we have to add the condition, then we have to use the logic inside the curly braces. The same thing I will do here. Okay, so there is a user contains a name. Okay, name. Okay, I will add that the clean code is a name. Okay, the thing is like, so here we can add one more thing. It's a what, yeah, it's a, yeah, the thing is I will add okay, the age. Okay, I will add something called a 2. Okay, yeah, so I have to use the foreign loop. Okay, that foreign let, okay, that key in the user. The user means that object, the key means we like these things, these keys. You can use anything apart from the key also. There is the element. Okay, you can use like console.log, and directly you can use the element. So here we are getting that keys. What are the keys? Name, city, and age. Suppose if we want that values, we are getting the keys, but we want some values. For that thing, we have to use the square notation. Okay, there is the user. Okay, and the user, after that I have to use that current value. Okay, so here you can see we are getting the value. For the getting the value, we have to use that square notation. Okay, the all for like all the for that all for construct allows us to declare the looping variable inside the loop. Okay, like a let element, like you can use let key also, not a problem. You can use any name here. Also we could use another variable name here instead of the key. You can use anything. For instance, okay, for instance we have used for let ele in that user, so is also widely used, we can say. Okay, and there is a one more thing for the object. So there is the object in the ordered like a object. What is mean by ordered like object? Are objects order like objects order? In other words, if you loop over the object, do we get all properties in the same order they were added? Can we rely on this? The thing is like the order is the special fashion, we can say. Like the integer properties are sorted. Integer properties, okay. The other appearance in the creation order, we can say. For example, I will create one, we're not here, yeah, I will create one object, the let there is a codes. Okay, here I will do one thing. There is the 39. Okay, so yeah, I will, yeah, 22. It's a BGM. Okay, it's a BGM. Sorry, it's a BGM. 22, it's a BGM, and 23, it's a Skolchiko. Okay, sorry. Mhm. Chikodi. Okay, and the third thing, there is a one. Okay, it's a bng. Okay, so we have stored some RTO kind of things. Okay, this is left side we can set the RTO numbers, and right side their centers. Okay, so for that thing we are checking here the order like an object. Suppose if I use that foreign loop, so will I get order, like order wise things? So right now I have added 22 to 23 and 1. So will I get 1, 22 and 23? We'll see. Okay. For the let, okay, let will get the code in the codes. Okay. We'll see the console.log code. Yeah, you can see the the thing is like we'll get the output like 1 and 22 and 23. Okay, the object may be used to suggest a list option to the user if we're making a site mainly for that BGM, like the BGM audience. So then we probably want 22 to be the first. But if we run the code, we'll see totally different picture in this thing. Okay, that BNG goes first. Okay, and that Chikodi go like Chikodi, we can say it's last thing. Okay, the thing is like that four like the codes go in the ascending sorted order because they are the integers. Okay, the thing is in order in the special fashion, basically order in the special fashion. Here we can see that there is an integer property are sorted. Okay, in the in this thing order like object. Okay, the next thing we'll see. Yeah, this is the regarding that's the basic object. Okay, so we'll see some things. Okay. Mm, the thing is, yeah. So do you have any query till now regarding the objects? Pritam, Priyanka and Kaustubh and Yuvraj. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
So do you have any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, we'll ask something the object. Okay, I will erase these things. Okay, I do one thing. Yeah, so the first question to the Kaustubh, the first question. Okay, here I will add. Okay, so create an empty create an empty object like a user. So what should you do? Just create an empty object using the user is the object name. Just you can consider. Okay, what you will do? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so there is a empty object you have to create. So how like how to create the object, that empty object?
Let
Okay, the let
user equal to
okay
curly braces, open curly braces.
okay, is it
Okay.
got it. Yeah, the second question to the Yuvraj is there.
No, sir.
Okay, what about Pritham? Am I audible? Kaustubh, we can call to the Pritham actually.
Yes.
Okay, so till now, Priyanka, the next question, there is add the property, the name, the property name. This is the property. The name is the property, and with the value we can add your name. Okay. Okay. So what should I do for this thing? Am I audible, Priyanka?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to update that property to that in existing object. So what should I do? The second next process.
Uh, Next line, user.name
User dot name.
equals to
Okay.
Priyanka,
Okay. So is it
and console.log
okay? Console.log
user.
user. Yeah, we'll get the things. Okay. Yeah. So the thing is, so can anyone tell me so how to delete the like the properties?
Using that delete
How
keyword.
can you tell, like can you tell me that I will write the things?
Delete user.name.
Delete user dot
Name.
but I'm getting something here in the output. Why?
Sir, after that, we can console that.
Okay. Yeah. So we are getting again it's empty. Okay. So there is a one more thing. Okay. Yeah. The thing is so there is a one question. Okay. For example, I will write one question. The thing is like okay. So we have okay, we have the object. Okay, the object name is the salary. Okay, so we can store. So I will do one thing. There is an object called salaries. Okay, in this thing I will store, sorry, I will store some salaries in this thing. Okay, the first I can say it's goes to okay, the goes to the salary I can say it's 1,000 like 100. Okay, and the Uraj. Okay, I will add around 150, and the Priyanka I'll add around 130, and the final one I will add the Pritham. I will add around 110. Okay, so the thing is the my question. Okay, so we need to write code for to we need to sum all the salaries and store in this variable called sum. Okay,
Sir, your screen is not visible.
my screen is not visible. Sorry. Now is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there is a one object called salaries. Okay, so the first one Kaustubh has the 100, so Yuvraj has the 50 150, Priyanka has the 130, Priyatam has the 110. Okay, so I want the sum of all the salaries. I want to store, there's a separate variable inside this sum. So what should I do here? Make sure that salary is an object. Am I audible? Priyanka, Kaustubh and Pritam.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So there is a object. Okay. I want to, like, there is a object the property contains some numbers. Okay. I want to sum of the all the numbers actually. What should I do for this thing?
Sir, total salary.
Okay. So that tell me the so there is, I will give one hint. Okay. So we have covered this foreign loop. Okay, so now you have to explain me, so what should I write here? But the thing is, we need to store, okay, that total amount in some other variable. The variable name should be sum. So you know, like, you know what is the square notation. Okay, you know what is the operators. Okay, so you know what it is the foreign loop. Just you have to tell me the what should I write here.
Let sum equals to 0.
Let sum equal to 0. Then
For loop,
for
let
let salary
salary of that object values.
salary you have to like salary after.
Salary of object dot values.
So the thing is we have used in this class there is a foreign loop. Okay, so I have to use the foreign loop only. We'll see that off we can say some other things, but we need to check that only the foreign loop. So what should I do here? Kaustubh, Pritam, am I audible?
Let elements in salary.
Sorry, let
Elements or keys in salary.
okay in salary. Yeah, then
Then after open the braces.
hmm,
Sum equal to
sum equal to
salary of salary of elements.
salary of
Element
elements. Okay,
plus
where it is plus?
uh,
Where should I add plus? After this thing.
yes,
Okay, then after that,
sum
after that sum. Okay, so then
consort of the sum.
okay, so we'll get the total number of the salary. Okay, the thing is here we have created one variable as a 0. Okay, so then here we are like iterating the loop using the for in loop. Okay, the element is the properties, in the salary is the object. Okay, so here we are checking that sum is equal to salaries of elements plus sum. Okay, this is the thing. And one more thing I want to ask, uh, the thing is, okay, limit. So do you have any doubt apart from like the regarding the object?
No.
Okay,
No, sir.
the next thing we need to know regarding the object reference and copying. Sorry. Okay, object reference and the copying. Okay, the thing is, uh, one of the fundamental difference of the object versus a primitive in the object are stored and copied by the reference, where the primitive values are the string, numbers, boolean. Okay, and are always copied as the whole value, we can say. The thing is, that's easy to understand if you look the bit under that under the hood, what's happening, and when we copy the value. The thing is like, so we can start with that primitive such as a string. Okay, so there is a let. Okay, message is equal to, there is a hello. Okay, there is a hello. Okay, so I want to copy that message into some other variable. Let there is a press. Okay, there is a press is equal to the message. Okay, so as the result we have the two independent properties. Okay, so the two independent properties. Okay, the first thing and the second thing. The first thing we can say, yeah, so the first thing it's a message, and the second thing it's a press variables. Okay, the message contains the hello and praise contains also the hello. Okay, the thing is the objects are not like that. The thing is, variable is assigned to the object stored, not an object itself. Okay, but it's a address in memory. In other words, we can say it's a reference to it. The thing is like, so here we have created one variable called message, and message content that is a hello, and we have storing that message into the press. Okay, the thing is, we have the two variables, message and press. Okay, and both are the same values. I am copying that message to the trace. Okay, the objects are not like that. The variable, the variable assigned to the object, the object stores not an object itself, it's an address in the memory. So in other, like in the other words, we can say it's a reference to it. Okay, we can take one example. The example called, there is an object, let there is a user is equal to, okay, there is a name, I will add the name is the clean code. Okay, so the object stored some the thing is, the object is stored somewhere in the memory, while the user variable has the reference to it. Okay, the thing is, here we can say this is the one user, and this is our the thing. Okay, I will write this is our the user. Okay, and this is our the name. Okay, the object is stored somewhere in the memory, here, somewhere in the memory. Okay, while the user this is the user variable at the left side. Okay, that we can set some, this is the name, we can set some memory, has a reference to it. So we may think of the object variable such as the user, like a sheet of paper with the address to the object on it. So when we perform the action with the object, for example, take a property dot user dot name. Okay, in JavaScript, engine looks what that address and the performs the operations on the actual object. Now here's why it's important. The thing is, like, when an object variable is copied, okay, copied, the reference is the copied, but the object itself not a duplicated, like a variable. For example, here I will create the thing. Here I will create one variable, like one object, user. Okay, user, there is a name. Okay, there is a name, the clean code. Okay, that's the clean code. Okay, so I will make one thing. This user, I want to store some other variable. Let there is a another variable called admin. I will store that user into this admin. Okay, so now we have the two variables, and each string has the each string the thing is each storing that reference to the same object. The thing is, so there is a user. Okay, not here, there is a user, and there is one more thing, admin. Okay, there is admin. Okay, so we have one more things, it's a admin. Okay, the both are storing the same location. Okay, so we have the two variables and the each storing reference in the same object. the admin also the name and user also the name. Okay, as you can see there is still one object, but now it's a two variable that represents it. So we can either variable to access the object and modify its content, like content we can say. For example, you can see in the there is a user. Okay, this is one object, user content name. Okay, I have copied that user into the admin, but I will check. Okay, the console.log that admin dot a name. Okay, so we'll get the output as the clean code. So here we can say changed by the admin as a reference. The same thing I will check for the user.name, console.log that user.name. So here also I am getting it's a clean code. Okay, the changes are seen from the user reference. So it's as if we had a cabinet with the two keys, used one of them that is called admin to get into the get into it and make changes. Then if we later use the another key called user, so we still that opening the same cabinet and can access that changed contents we can say. Okay, so the thing is we need to comparison with comparison by reference reference. Okay, so there is a two objects, okay, are equal only if they are the same object. For example, so there is, okay, so let, okay, there is a here, we can say that b, we can say it's a empty object. Okay, so can anyone tell me, okay, so what is the a is equal to b? So Pritam, Priyanka and Kaustubh and Yuvraj, what is the output for this question? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me. So the first,
Sir, false.
okay, what about Kaustubh?
False, sir.
Okay, leave it. So before this thing, we need to say something regarding that the let a is something called empty object, and so I will store that a into the b. Okay, sorry, a into the b. Okay, so now I want to see that a is equal to b. So what is the output for this thing?
Sir, true.
Okay, yeah, the thing is here in this thing, the line number 2, we can see the copy the reference. Okay, and the both the reference are the same object. Here you can see there is a user and there is a admin. Okay, so here I have tried that a user updated to the variable called admin. So now that both variable users and admin, the reference as the same object. Okay, and we have some two independent objects are not equal. So even though they look alike, like both are empty, but I are checking that consoling things. Okay, so yeah, 1 minute I will remove this thing. Here we are getting the false because of the two things are independent object. Okay, for the comparison, like object 1 and is greater than object 2, otherwise for comparison against the primitive, the object is equal to something called number, the objects are converted into primitive. Okay, the thing is like so in independent objects, we like it will not okay, the true, okay, it will give the false only. Okay, it's not the copy the reference, the both are the independent. Okay, yeah, suppose mm, yeah, the thing is, next thing we need to do regarding the cloning and merging. Okay, the cloning and merging, object cloning and object merging. Okay, so the copying an object variable create the one more reference to the same object. So we can create a new object, and we can replicate the structure of the existing one by iterating over its property and copying them onto this primitive level. Now how in the sense, so here we have that user. Okay, so in the user we have the name called clean code, and yeah, I can add the city, I can add the BGM. Okay, the thing is, after that, so I'll create one clone object, empty object. Okay, let's copy all user property into it in the clone. Okay, for that thing I will use the loop, let key in the user. Okay, the clone dot key is equal to something user dot user square bracket notation, it's the key. Okay, so now actually I will update, like now the clone is a fully independent object with the same content. Okay, I will change that clone dot name is equal to the name is equal to something called mm, mm, yeah, there is a apple. Okay, I will console the things here, console.log user dot sorry console.log user dot unnamed. Okay, yeah, so here still we will get the output as the clean code. Okay, you can see still we are getting the output as the clean code. Okay, in the original object. Okay, so we can also use the method called object dot assign. Okay, the basically the object dot assign object dot assign. Okay, the object dot assign. So inside that we have some the arguments called, there is a destiny like dest, and then one more thing, it's a resources. Okay, like resources we can say src. So the first argument dest is a target object, and the second arguments we have the list of the source objects. Suppose it copies properties of the all source objects into the target. There is a dest, and then return it as a result. For example, so here we have the object. Okay, here we have the object. Okay, object contain names. Okay, the thing is so here we have created the clone. Okay, so I will do one thing here. So I will comment this one. Instead of the curly braces, empty curly braces, I have to use called the object dot assign. Okay, so there is a one dest means there is a empty. Okay, sorry, what it is showing. Yeah. So this is the first thing, it's a dest, and second thing it's the sources. Okay, the sources means it's a user, means say some percentage. Okay, 1 minute, I will copy this one, I will move somewhere Javascript. Okay, and I'll use this thing. Okay, yes, sorry. Yeah, in this thing I have used that object dot assign the dest and the resource. Source contains that object, and the first thing we have the clone is the empty. Okay, so right now I'm checking. Okay, I'm checking that user dot name is the user dot name is the it's coming the clean code. Okay, the same thing I'll check for the clone dot name. Sorry, so for the clone dot names also we are getting as the clean code. So here it copies all the properties of the user into the empty object and return it. Okay, so there are also other method of the cloning an object. For example, using the spread syntax. Okay, we'll cover later the spread operator in ES6 concepts. Okay, so we'll see some nested cloning. Nested cloning in the sense, suppose if we have an object. So if we have an object, okay, so I will add the one more sorry, yeah, I will add one more property, the size. Okay, so I will add the size height. It's you can say it's 175 meter, and weight I can say it's a 50. Okay, the thing is, so we have the nested object. Okay, we have some nested object. Sorry, what is happening? Okay, so we have the nested object. There is a name, city, and size. The size contains, again we have the things. Okay, the thing is, so now it's not enough to copy that clone dot sizes and user dot size. Okay, because of that user dot sizes is an object will be copied by reference, so the clone and user will be shared the same size. Okay, so for that thing there is a thing called we'll see here. There is a console.log that dot user dot sizes size is equal to clone dot size. Okay, we'll see the output. Yeah, you're getting the true because of same object. The user and clone share the share the sizes. Suppose I want to change here that user dot size dot width. I'll make a width to the 100. Okay, the same thing I will check console dot log that dot clone dot size and width. Okay, so here I will get that 100 updated value. Okay, so this is we can like we can use that nested cloning. So the thing is to fix that, make the user and clone a truly separate object, so we should use the cloning loop. Okay, that such as the value user user square notation key. Okay, if it is an object, then we have to replicate its structure as well. Okay, the called as deep cloning or structured cloning. Okay, the deep cloning we'll see that tomorrow. Okay, the thing is so we are checking that that object represent copying, like regarding that variable. So what will happen while copying the variable to the another variable? Okay, we are checking the copying the one object to the another variable. Okay, so the remaining thing and I will cover tomorrow regarding that shallow copy, deep copy, and yeah, that lodash kind of thing. And apart from that thing, there is a deep cloning also. Okay, we'll do tomorrow. Okay, so do you have any doubts till now regarding the objects?
No.
No, sir.
Okay, then we'll see tomorrow. Okay, then good night.
That's